For decades, one of Vigo County's most beloved sons has propelled Terre Haute into a 21st century leader in commerce, education, and tourism, driven by both a desire to do good and a competitive nature that just won't quit. Born and raised in the small hamlet of Fountainhead, just a few miles outside of Terre Haute, Greg was raised with entrepreneurial and enterprising examples right in front of him. His grandfather mined coal by hand and started the original family business, and his father was involved in additional interests and ventures.
My dad was an investor in a garbage company, and I had my first job when I was 15, and that was cleaning his driver's restrooms, which was not a pleasant job. But I ended up working on the back of a trash truck. I learned to love the business.
Greg was also building a successful running career. He had options, but chose a school close to home.
You know, Rose turned out to be a fantastic choice for me. About halfway through, I think I knew I didn't want to be an engineer, but I appreciate my engineering education.
After graduation, his father co-signed a loan for the purchase of his first business.
I was 22 years old and had a 7-truck garbage company. You know, I made a lot of mistakes. But I learned a lot as well, and I worked hard. I slept at the office a lot, and really enjoyed that, and think it started my drive and my feeling of entrepreneurship.
As Greg's entrepreneurial spirit and company portfolio continued to grow, he started channeling the fruits of his labors into important projects. His first big move in downtown Terre Haute, while turnkey for the community, ruffled some feathers.
Well, the Terre Haute House in its day was one of the nicest hotels in Indiana, but it was pigeon infested, and no one had the fortitude, the guts, if you will, to tear it down because it needed to be torn down. He did it.
My intent was to do the community a favor and get rid of the Terre Haute House. Before we even got the demolition done, I had a conversation with Tim Dora. We started talking about a hotel project on the site. That excited me, and we moved forward on that, and then quickly started talking about the Tribune Star building, which is a building we were able to save across the street. It's set me on a path of trying to do good things and revamp downtown Terre Haute using a mixture of new and historic preservation.
Improvements and additions to downtown continued, including Greg's acquisition and eventual donation of land for the Terre Haute Convention Center and parking, as well as the historic Indiana Theater. He also helped found the city's Capital Improvement Board and is board chair of the Terre Haute Convention and Visitors Bureau.
When I interviewed here back in 1989, one of the things we actively did for candidates is avoided the downtown because it was a bit of an embarrassment. And that's not the case any longer. It's a highlight of our tour.
Vigo County has also become a destination for runners with Indiana State University's Gibson Track and Field Complex and the Laverne Gibson Championship Cross Country Course. The cross country course has hosted numerous IHSAA and NCAA championships, as well as races with the best runners in the world. The site also hosts a large youth basketball program for the Wabash Valley.
You can sit in one place and see the entire race. There's no other place like that in the world that you can do that, and only Greg can convert a landfill to a cross-country course.
Greg's real estate endeavors have also included the long-term development along the East 46 corridor.
I bought my first piece of property out there in 1990. We land a couple retailers, and I hear people say, "Oh, Greg's so lucky." Well, it's taken a while to be lucky.
No matter the endeavor, Greg recognizes the importance of building relationships and treating people right.
What sets him apart from the average successful person is his ability to endear himself to people of all parts of the spectrum, not just the top, but also the bottom. Greg doesn't care if you're the governor or you're working in the county garage. He's fabulous at that.
Greg's caring for the community also includes time, investment, and financial support for a variety of nonprofit organizations, including long-term board service with his alma mater.
I'm amazed, really, at the school and the graduates that they turn out, even today. In fact, I'm not sure I could get in today.
Another community need that's long been near and dear to Greg's heart is hospice care. He chairs the Hospice of the Wabash Valley Board and led the creation of the Gibson Family Center for Hospice Care at Union Hospital.
He's been a strong supporter of that from the beginning, and it's a huge asset to the community. Education and healthcare are two of the most critical elements in any community this size, and he's been involved in both of those areas.
In addition to his many community endeavors, Greg has also served Indiana through state appointments to the Ports of Indiana Commission, the Indiana Judicial Nominating Commission, the Indiana Economic Development Corporation, and more. Greg continues to be involved in new projects like the Leary Bird Museum that opened last year, and he shows no signs of slowing down.
You know, in my early 60s now, and sometimes I think about doing less. My actions don't show that, though. I just can't keep my nose out of things.
He has to do the job from beginning to end. I accuse him of selling Cokes at the sports center as opposed to working at it. And I don't know how he has enough time in the day to do it. The boy doesn't sleep.
Even after experiencing success that could have taken him anywhere, Greg continues to call Vigo County home and does everything he can to make it a better place. With his family by his side, Greg continues to make a difference in his hometown and across the state by putting people first.
He chose to stay here and reinvest in his community. He could be in a number of different places and be very successful, and is, but also still chooses to give back in his local community.
It's his deep, deep caring for the citizens of Terre Haute that keeps him moving forward. It's not just caring about structures and infrastructures and roads and buildings, it's caring about the people. And that's the beauty of Greg Gibson.